Departing Port Everglades, Florida, March 19th, 2023. Hey everyone, it's Patrick from Oakland Travel, and we are on the Celebrity Beyond, and we're on the upper deck, and I'm doing a live stream about the time that this video is recorded, but Maria was thankfully up there kind of recording some video as we were leaving Port Everglades, and so you still get some of that really good footage of the ship going out, into the Atlantic, and I just completely missed the schedule. I ordinarily don't. I normally am like up on deck with my cameras just trying to find the best spot for a sail away to record video, and on the Celebrity Beyond, I just absolutely missed it. So we got beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida as we're heading out, and a couple of different terminals back there. You've got a Carnival terminal over there. There's a Princess terminal. Royal Caribbean's Terminal 18 is kind of back a little bit to the left. And then you got a couple of terminals kind of down the side. So Port Everglades has got a decent amount of cruise activity. It's not as busy as Miami or Port Canaveral up around Orlando, but it's good. And one of the interesting things about Everglades and Fort Lauderdale is that it has some of the smaller ships that do like world cruises. You get a lot of yachts that go out of here. Expedition cruises sometimes go out of here, so it gets a pretty good variety of cruise ships, cruise brands, etc., etc. A lot of money in Fort Lauderdale if you're not familiar with the area. As you can see, some of these homes right here on the canal, and in the background there, it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but there is a lot of money in Fort Lauderdale. It's only about 45 minutes to an hour north of Miami. And so it's its own city. It's got an international airport, cruise terminal, etc. But it is kind of almost like a suburb of Miami. But it kind of forms like a unique sort of blend all the way down the coastline of Florida. And so you'll see the main little condo tower over here on the left as we're going out. The Celebrity Beyond is not quite large enough to do it, but if you ever watch the PTZ camera from this Port Everglades terminal here, the one that's kind of mounted on top of this little condo building, whenever one of the Oasis class ships goes out of Fort Lauderdale, out of Port Everglades, the ships are so big they create this weird sort of tsunami effect right there on that little bit of beach that you're going to see over here in a second as we're going by the condo. It's kind of an interesting thing to watch on the cameras. But yeah, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This was our third or fourth cruise going out of this terminal. Most of the time we go out of Everglades because it's just so close to, Port Canaveral. We go out of there most of the time because it's so close to Orlando where we live. Yeah, so you see this little beach right here. So whenever one of the Oasis class goes out, it sucks so much water away from the beach. And then at a certain point, as the ship is going by, all that water comes flooding back up onto the beach area. So it's kind of an interesting little thing. You get a little bit of it going on right here as the Beyond is going by, but it's much more pronounced whenever you see one of those big Oasis class ships going out through here. And then you get the public beach over here, kind of in the background there. And there are some interesting videos on YouTube where some drone operators will launch their drones from right here on this beach, and they'll sort of follow the cruise ships out with their drone. And the drone technology these days is pretty impressive. So some of those drones can go 5-6 miles out, and so the drone operators will stand right over there on that beach right there and just fly the drone as far as they can, just following the cruise ship. And it makes for some pretty cool video. And then, of course, they reach a certain point where if they don't turn around and come back, the drone will run out of battery and essentially crash into the ocean. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, I was just completely caught off guard by the sail away. And thankfully, Maria's up here with her cell phone getting some good video. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. I, for some reason, thought the embarkation time was 4:30, and I was planning to do the live stream from like 3 to 4, and then that would give me enough time to get in a good spot, and then by 4:30 when they're dropping the lines, I would be ready to go, and like et cetera, and no, 3:30. And so I'm sitting there on the laptop attempting to be live on YouTube, and all of a sudden I'm looked down and we're moving away from the dock. So It is what it is. This little sort of acrylic infinity pool right here was really, really busy all throughout the cruise. Strangely, right here during sail away, nobody's really in there, but over the course of the week, every time we would come up in this area, there would be just at least a couple of people in this pool. And on more than one occasion, it was like just a huge pool party going on, especially like on the sea days and stuff. But Celebrity Beyond is a beautiful ship. The only real issue I had with it was the Wi-Fi, the internet. But again, most people probably aren't trying to do a YouTube live stream like I was.